Hello everyone, we're back and we have a fair few number of updates to go through. I decided to go ahead and play through a little bit on my own because I was getting tired of uploading the same thing with the same mechs all the time. Figured, you know, probably doesn't exactly make for riveting entertainment for you guys either. We were able to do quite a bit of difficult missions. I mean, it's kind of the thing with this game. You have to be able to punch above your weight class or you'll never advance. It's just kind of the way that it is. Um, so, we tried, and I'm happy to say we succeeded. So, well, I'm going ahead and getting this lens together. Let's see. Yeah, so unfortunately, Bronzite, one of our best mech pilots, is out for 17 more days with an injury. But, that's alright. Well, I'm tempted to take Skyros. Anyway, we have something new, and that something new is Hunchback 5N. We picked it up against the Word of Blake. I've modified it slightly. It's potentially not very good. So it has an AC 20, which everyone, always goes, oh, you need the AC 20, 100 damage in one shot's great. Yeah, okay, fine. But it takes 14 tonnage, 8 slots plus 2 flexible slots, has 2 recoil, it has an absurdly short range, and the Hunchback itself is very slow. So if we go over to our movement here, our max move is 4, our max sprint is 7. Let's compare that to something like the Chameleon. Max move of 8, which is higher than the max sprint on the Hunchback, and a max sprint of 10. So this Hunchback is very slow moving. There's a reason that we've given him to Announcer with the passive sure movement, although I really did want Bronzite piloting him because of Bulwark and short movement. So he's the guy I really have in mind for piloting the Hunchback. And I really did prefer having, you know what? Oh, this is a problem. I really want somebody with better gunnery in the Hollander, but I like having Bomb Squad in the Chimera. This has been rebuilt because we lost that right arm again, so now we have a binary laser, which is not a bad gun itself, as well as an ER medium, and again the double AMS. When the Ostrak is done, it will be pretty good, but I'm not going to ruin that surprise as of yet. 2 skull difficulty mission, so we're actually going to go ahead into Lance B. We're going to put the Javelin 10F there, and we're going to put Skyros in that pilot seat. So this is the same Javelin 10F that we've seen the whole time. I had completely forgotten that I had the small lasers on there. They don't tend to be very important, but yeah, I guess we do. Oh wait, no, I think I rebuilt this. I put Pharaoh on there, and that's how we got the 2 small lasers. I ripped off a couple more jump jets, which, we'll see the wisdom or lack thereof of that decision pretty soon. Let's go ahead and get started with the mission, though. It's a defend base, so we should get some help.
Interface initiated.
Huh. Well, I guess this is quite a familiar map. There's so much stuff to click through at the beginning, it's kind of absurd. But yeah, if memory serves, we should be fighting somebody out this way, yup. And then we'll almost always get reinforcements from the enemy coming around this side, and or this side over here. And it looks like this is where we have our APCs. If they get in, we'll get turret defenses. Let's see what we got. Shredder turret, it's pretty good. Don't know why the SRM-6 is out, but okay. Another damaged shredder turret. That's a turret emplacement, but that thing's gone. So there's that one right there. Let's see what else we got. Quad medium, that's fine. Quad medium with only one of it up, so I don't know what's up there. This may actually prove a little bit challenging. Let's see, there's the Javelin. Alright, so let's go ahead and reserve. So, one of the issues that we're going to have, and that everyone will have when they're dealing with something like an AC-20 without very good pilots, is that managing the recoil turn by turn is very difficult. What this means is before you take a shot, so usually a shot you don't take is a shot that you didn't have to have missed. Right? Sometimes you will miss, sometimes you won't. Very rarely run out of ammunition. So take every shot that you can. Why not? Especially if you're like me and you like to have laser heavy builds in the early game. Ammunition isn't the thing, right? That's not the case for something like the AC-20. What we're going to want to do is make sure that when we take our shot, we have the best chance of naming it. So, our pilot announcer has Battle Lord, which gives us a +2 when we use it, and things like that, and all of that is meant to basically,
waiting for the shot.
well, establish a bit of a tempo, right? So we don't want to shoot every time. We have the ammunition too. We have 10 rounds of ammunition. I doubt that we'll need it more than 10 times before this mission's over. It's possible, but unlikely. But even if we were to do that, we would potentially lower our overall value that we get, whatever shot that artillery piece needs to die. Just because we would lose every single time we fired. We'd lose accuracy on the next shot, so you constantly take a recoil penalty. Easy for me to say. Recoil penalty after recoil penalty after recoil penalty, and it very quickly starts to outweigh the benefit of being able to take a shot that you know you'll hit, which is very nice. So we're going to bring announcer around here, and the reason I'm doing this, I want to try and cut this mech off, be able to provide support into the open field, and then have the hunchback relatively close by if we need to fold around this left flank and cut off reinforcements, which will almost surely arrive. So let's go ahead and do that.
Receiving you.
Now, the chameleon's very quick, which is nice for us. Doesn't mean we have to take bad positioning, though. That's a thumper, so I want that artillery piece dead, and that's going to be an issue because it's a tank. Super thick armor, almost like a heavy mech. So what I'm debating doing is we can go right up the center, try and take out the thorn if we can. I mean, look at that, 40 armor on the leg, 20 internals compared to the 120, 160 there that we had on the artillery piece mech. That's a bulldog. Okay, that's not a big deal. Yeah, we're going to drive right up the center. And we're going to do this because what we want to do is we want to roll up the thorn, roll up the artillery piece as quickly as possible.
Understood. Moving
Let's
fast.
see what we have over here. Stinger lamp. Huh. We might actually be able to get our other two pieces off of that. Is ours a stinger? I don't know. Well, that thing can jump a long way, so we'll have to keep an eye out. Better chance against the striker, but
Taking
the
the
thumper is
shot.
just, well, it's one way to start
Negative
off a
damage.
mission, I guess. We still probably don't have the sheer stopping power that we would need in order to, well, end the mission early because of killing everything instead of surviving the 10 rounds. So this one will probably be a little bit long. Let's take a look. 64.3% chance on the binary laser. When we sprint, we do gain a little bit of heat, but it's really not much. So we're gonna go. The tag on the binary laser said it's a dead-end technology, but I don't know. I like it. We just ripped off a side torso, one shot.
Standing by.
Granted, on a light mech, but take what you can get, right? Do we make him unsteady? We did not. That's a 48% chance, decent chance of hitting the back for our own guy. I should have moved him first, but I didn't. So, nothing I can do about it now. Could move up here and take that shot anyway. Yeah, let's do it. If I slam this round into the back of my own mech, I will be unhappy with the amount of drift per unit.
Confirmed. Firing.
Distance. Okay,
Reporting.
alright. That's a leg down. So we've completely demolished the right side of that thorn. And pilot's bleeding out, good. That's a new thing, I guess, since the last time I played, so those of you who've played it more frequently will probably get a bit of a chuckle from that, but basically it gives us a timer that pilot will die
Yes,
or
Commander.
will punch out. There is no question. So the reason for the rebuild on the Javelin is because I want this thing to be a vehicle killer. It's quick, it has the speed that it needs to do this well, and the addition of the small lasers will give it some very high accuracy, well, in melee combat, right? So, take a look here, decent on the mediums, even better on the smalls. Honestly, we could go in after the Thorn, but I really don't see a purpose in that, because I can just knock it next time with things headed that direction. Let's get a little bit of damage on here, but I don't want to build heat yet, just because of how much we will build. We do an alpha strike, I only got 2 or 3 of those before I will overheat completely. And you always want to factor in that somebody might fire heat rounds at you, right? So that SRM-6 might be firing heat.
Have some of this.
Don't quite know. 35 damage, bit scattered, but I think the Zephyr is a comparatively lighter tank. No, there is no such thing, I suppose, except for the ones that I can drop. Yeah, so I think, so we were able to get a piloting perk for Bomb Squad. Let's see if I can see it. No, but he basically just has better initiative now, which is pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. So I don't really want to shoot in with that quite yet. I do want to get a fair bit of evasion without opening up too much of a vulnerability. So we're going to go here. We're going to keep decent right side facing, just so that the bug doesn't shoot me in the face too hard, and it won't shoot me in the back, I guess, or too hard on the side. So we have 2 options. We can go in for the leg, or we can go in for the CT. CT has a really high chance to hit. We're just going to go for it. And that backs off. So you can already tell, you know, we've upgraded our firepower pretty dramatically from the last couple of missions, and that's even without that 60-tonner Oshrock coming online. So as soon as we can drop him too, we'll be in a pretty good spot to take on 2 Skull missions without the little bit of trepidation that I still have even right now doing this. Right, like it still is something that I thought about this contract before I took it, because you know, it may not seem like a lot, but
Ready for orders.
we're still very much in the early part of this game, and it is still very possible to die horribly very quickly. So I'm debating sending the Scout's rifle at the Striker Mark 1, but it's really not that much of a threat. Let's see what else we can move on this turn. Javelin.
Receiving you.
See what chances we get here. See, that's exactly it. So the small lasers, 56.6%, and the Zephyr has 6 evasion pips. If we reserve and we let that tank go, we will have a very, very, very nice opportunity against that guy. I doubt he's going to move enough to give himself 6 more evasion pips. Probably something between 0 and 4 is my guess. Weighted toward 2, maybe. So watch me eat my words. I'll probably get 7. But oh, one of these tanks is calculating his movement. Yep, okay, Zephyr. And okay, so the Javelin is tag marked.
Systems holding.
That is a problem, because now he's easier to hit, which means he's probably going to draw fire. That's not something we want, so we're going to move him last now. There's no point in moving him before the Thor artillery piece gets its turn. What else do I want to do here? So,
Duncan Fisher here.
Very little point in... Let's just reserve. Things have good evasion right now. There's no point in pushing it. Okay, there's the Thor. A little bit of light damage on the Hollander, a little bit of light damage on the allied vehicles, but we should still get those turrets up next turn, which means, I guess, they'll come online in 2 turns. It's a bit slower than our first defense mission, but I think it'll be fine. Let's see what we can do. Okay, there's the Bulldog. The Thor artillery vehicle does not have much evasion at all. I could... Ooh, that is tempting. So, the only way I can hit him in melee there is with a charge, which I don't want to do. But I could get right around here behind him and completely light him up If we look at the back, it's 110, so 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 30. Even if we hit no scattering at all, we would just barely get through that back armor. That's ridiculous. This is an upgunned 10F. Usually doesn't come with that much firepower. Let's see if we can get a shot on him. That's not as good of a shot as I would want. How about here? 73. That's not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and move the Highlander up. Take a shot with the big gun. See what we can get.
All weapons. Go.
Make our decision based on that. So we miss. No, we hit. We hit. I just didn't see the damage come up. We hit him in the front. It's about the worst place we could have hit him. It's the thickest armor in the whole damn thing. But that does tell us something. We don't want to go around the back
Standing by.
because we want to capitalize on that damage to the front armor. But that's not enough to make me really happy with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in for a kick here. And we're going to light everything. Hopefully we're going to kill this Zephyr.
Location confirmed.
Or if not, we're going to get close. Let's see what we can do. Mess with one of the mediums. Okay. So a lot of that landed on the front. That's why we didn't get through. A lot of front and left side scattering. But we made decent progress. If the Hollander had gone after him, we probably would have had him right now, but we didn't.
Waiting for orders.
So let's see what we can do. Bring the chameleon up. Yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. Bring the chameleon up. One of my old friends used to call chameleons chamelans, and it's awful, and I know it's awful. And every single time I see chameleon, I just think to myself, well, that's clearly a chamelan.
Duncan Fisher here.
So this is a prime example of the shot that you don't want to take. There's no point in doing it with the AC-20. I mean, we'll sprint this way.
Heading that
I want to
way.
get close enough to risk a kick if he's not careful with where he goes. But we're going to
Lining
go
him up.
medium laser. It is a hit, but I mean, 20% chance to shoot into 40% damage reduction. That's frankly awful. It's really not worth it at all. So that Zephyr's going to move on 7.
Жду команды, принял.
We could probably kill the Zephyr. Some light LRMs. Nothing really to worry about there.
There goes the paint job.
What I'm more worried about is the fact that we're going to be getting the enemy reinforcements either at the end of this turn or somewhere before the next 2 turns are done. And I really am
Waiting
not
for
looking forward
orders.
to that. So we're going to go ahead and take this guy in with a kick. I want to go even more toward that front if I possibly can. And we're going to light up everything. Hopefully this will take a tank down. That looked like that might have been the right-hand side. Okay, there it is. There's that tank down. And this is why we built the
Tango
10F
down.
like this. So the standard 10F has 4 mediums. We threw on the additional 2 small lasers by tacking on. Ooh, brave man. Okay. By tacking on ferrofibers. So that Stinger
There
lamp came
goes the
in
paint
for
job.
a brawl, and we will make him pay for that. So don't ever forget that. I guess. Can't actually get a kick on the Thor, which really sucks. Could on the Striker. So key thing is going to be, how do I get my best shot without exposing myself too much? Okay, this is what we're going to do.
Педаль в пол, принято.
We're going to come up around, we're going to try and get a shot in on the back, even though I know that we landed a hit on the front with Gauss. Our accuracy here is so much better, and the binary laser does good work. So
Сейчас я ему
yes.
спинку почешу.
Looks like it might have been a shot to the top anyway. At least the visuals would be believed, and yep, it was. So, not the back at all, which is really frustrating. Took one shot in the side, hit the front, took a shot in the back, and, well, hit the top. Not exactly what we had intended. Now if I go ahead and shoot the side, I'll probably actually get the side, which is no longer what I want. Oh, that's ironic. Okay, so we can't punch him. You know what? Let's just take the 2 move, get up a little bit of height here, and shoot in. Do we miss? I really need to fix that stutter when we're firing the Gauss rifle, because I love the look of that. But the stutter makes me unable to tell if we actually hit. So we hit the front again. Great. Cool. If I had shot the Blazer at the front, we might have killed that thing before it was able to take another shot at us. I know it's not the most deadly thing in the world, but I have an
Duncan
irrational
Fisher
hatred,
here.
or I would call it irrational. Sorry, irrational hatred of artillery in this game. So here's what we're gonna do. He's really close to us. We're gonna pop the Battlelord. We're gonna go in for a kick on the side, and look at that accuracy, 92.7. The Stinger Lamb already a little bit damaged. I think he hurt himself with the jump that he did earlier somehow.
Heading that way.
AC-20 shell is just gonna rip this thing to
Bringing the
shreds.
pain.
Yep, perfect. So if we had fired that last time, instead of that 92% accuracy, we'd probably been looking at, I don't know, 75, 79. And it makes a big difference, right? So if we had missed that shot, this guy wouldn't be on the ground right now. And we didn't even knock him over by taking off a leg. We knocked him over with stability damage, raw stability damage. That's it. Which, I don't know, that makes me very happy. I don't know about you guys, but it's quite pleased with that. So let's go ahead and come in here. It's a bit of a bad angle for having other people shoot it next turn, but I can get the Chimera over, and we're just gonna, honestly, we're just gonna shoot this guy right in the face.
Got it.
We hit something internal. Yep, close down. Very nice.
Hostile
Very,
eliminated.
very nice. Allied turn. I should be able to bring the already. This turn's online. Yeah, so we knocked that guy down. Now he's dead. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I want those lamb parts as well. I don't really like this in terms of things that I want to field. It's not high on the list. But the pieces are about 120,000 pop, so...
I'm picking up a new sensor trace.
Ooh.
Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Right, this is what I was expecting. Looks like right side. Yeah, right side. Could be on both. Let's take a look. I don't see anything. Doesn't mean it's not there. That looks like unknown mech, unknown vehicle. Alright, so the Hunchback is going to swoop around this way to the right-hand side. There's no point in him being over here anymore. And we're going to try and mop up these two vehicles, then swoop back over. We'll just turn the Hollander around, start taking some pot shots, and we'll use the Javelin to get sight. So, well, I don't know. I kind of want to use the Javelin to get a kick in on that striker. What's moving at 9? Let's figure that out first. I think it's something that just dropped in. So I think it's one of these two, probably the vehicle. Although if they brought another really light mech, that could be it. If nothing we see moves, it's because they have something else somewhere else. Yep, okay, so they do have reinforcements on the left-hand side. And we're going to send our Hunchback over. And we're going to have to find something to support him. So we're getting a little bit stretched here. So we probably are going to take the Hollander and the Javelin, send them over this way. And we'll have to use the Chameleon and the Chimera to mop up these two vehicles. I know it's not a lot of firepower, but we do get extra pay for destroying the Vanguard, which I definitely want. We took a really heavy beating in the mission that got us our fancy new Mechs, so we need some money, is the summary there, I guess. Let's go in for a kick, open up the
Принял,
binary,
выдвигаюсь.
see what we can get.
Шеф принял, врываюсь в рукопашную.
One thing too is that the larger the mech, the higher the tonnage of the mech, the more we do in melee. So that's why this Chimera is kicking for 60 when... Oh, that's why the Chimera is kicking for 60 when the Javelin 10F is only kicking for 30. So I think this guy moved around behind us only to shoot at something else. Probably inside the minimum
Ready
range
for
there.
order.
Let's see if we can get a good scout here. Ooh. 5, 6. We're technically closer here, but we'll take the cover, the
Copy that.
trees.
Full speed.
There's a mongoose. Small X-pulse. That would be very nice to pick those up if we can get them. That's a lot of firepower. It doesn't look like much, but again, each of those MGs is what, 3 or 4 times to try and hit crit seeking, basically. It's not great accuracy. I want us to cool off so we can open up with everything the next couple turns.
Target
So
acquired.
we're going to shoot 2 misses. Not really surprising with the 15.7%
Reporting
chance to hit
negative
on both of
damage.
those. But that's alright. The thing I am disappointed in is I wanted a target to shoot at with the Hollander. I'm not going to get it. Not on that mongoose anyway. Too much evasion. Way too much evasion. Something there is... No jump cuts. Bit of a... I guess just a visual thing there. I thought he was jumping up on top, but he was actually coming through. But it still tries to show you. So... Believe it or not, as the drops get harder and the mechs get heavier, my computer actually does better with this because most of the computing time goes away for what the AI can actually do with itself. Oh, come on. Yep, there we go. It's another light vehicle just chunking away all of my CPU. Okay, so we have our turrets online, finally. Took them long enough. And I want to wrap up that Vanguard. We still have 7 turns that we're supposed to hold out for, which if we can't finish that Vanguard off quick and cycle around, that will actually be kind of difficult. Especially if we want to keep all the buildings alive, which on this map is kind of hard to do because this building peaks up a little bit and the walls are relatively thin, so I don't know why it's not showing the damage on that. It should. Oh, I see. Right there. So they shot the junction itself. Alright, let's see what we can do here.
Ready for orders.
Okay, so we can hit both of these. That left side is damaged. Can I get it? No, I can't get a hit around the left-hand side, so we're going to split these guys. Much as it's not a good idea to do that, we're going to, and we need to not shoot something, we're going to cook. So, take off one of the mediums. Cooling oil, yep,
Locked on
nice.
for physical attack.
75 on that kick. See if we can find it. Structure exposed. Tank down. That's what you like to see.
One less target.
I do love some medium pulse lasers. Okay. Now I feel comfortable shifting around. Very much so. Unless they have something really heavy too, I'm not even that worried about our own mechs surviving. The defend base missions, it's a bit split, but for whatever reason, the AI does seem to enjoy targeting allied vehicles more than anything else. Who the hell knows? Oh, come on. There we go. I have another Thor artillery vehicle. That's actually kind of terrifying because if that lands in, it's not going to even just damage one building. That artillery piece will make progress on 4 or 5. We have to have only 4 of those left alive at the end, but that still means
Duncan Fisher here.
if they start landing artillery pieces and sitting over half of a building,
Heading that way.
I'm going to start getting into some serious trouble. It's actually quite effective. I don't necessarily suggest it if you're going in for your own destroy base because the most important thing always is just taking out the opposition. Once you've taken out the opposing mechs, opposing turrets, it doesn't matter how slowly you grind down that base. The only thing that you need speed for is if you're anticipating killing the base, evac them. But why would you ever go into a mission expecting to lose? Even when I say that you have to punch upward to, improve your lance and do better that way, I very much don't mean that you have to take on missions like a destroy base that you don't expect to win. There's no point, right? You won't get good salvage from it. The whole point of punching up in terms of mission difficulty is to get better salvage. That's it. So if you can't do that, what's the point? So we're gonna save our precision strike here, just because even with that improvement, I mean, it's like that. I mean, it's still pathetic. It doesn't actually make a difference. Let's just take a shot, so we may as well. And it's a miss. Not surprising.
Failed
I
to
do
connect.
want to know if that mongoose has jump jets. Because if he hops right over the top, we're gonna have some problems. I don't see any. Let's see. I might not have the sensors to tell. Actually, some decent damage there. I'll take that. It's not bad. And let's hope we can start getting something off of these turrets now, which are all, I think, going on 8. It's pretty early. It's after the mongoose, but that might actually be a good thing. The mongoose makes a stupid move, gets rid of its armor. That could favor us. Okay, so Royal Mongoose. Wow, okay. That's a large laser. There's 2 more mechs over there. That hunchback will not survive a 4-on-1. It can't move quick enough. Cannot get enough evasion, so we're actually going to bring him back around out of the line of fire there, because I don't want him getting any part of that.
Что там еще?
I can't punch him on the other side. That's incredibly infuriating. But I can kick him in his rear. So we're gonna go ahead and kick him in his rear. Why not?
Принял,
If
выдвигаюсь.
we need the other mech in order to finish him
Шеф
off, so
принял, врываюсь в рукопашную.
oh, there we go. Alright, so the Vanguard's down. Now we can get
В один прилег. Кто следующий?
the Chimera and the Chameleon back over. Frankly, I might bring him around the side with the Hunchback. 2 of these guys helping out. I think the Hunchback can do good work there. Where do we even... Oof. Yeah, we've taken damage right where we don't want to. Right, so Hunchback doesn't actually have anything in its arms other than the innate Hunchback battle fists. But, you know, our torsos, that holds the AC-20, holds the ammo, and that's where we've taken both of our damage. So I hate being charged by other mechs. Okay, I mean, it destroyed itself, but that very effectively took our javelin off the battlefield. So we're going to go ahead and defense
Let's
brace.
go wild, folks!
Wait, can I? There we go. Had to cycle through after realizing that we didn't have a completely useless mech here. And we're gonna have to hope that they don't shoot that artillery at us, because they just, in one move, took a mech off the field. It's something they can afford and we can't, right? That's why I dislike it so much. So they've started shooting at that medium building. Makes me think we probably won't get the ensure all buildings survive extra objective. But we'll have to see. Condor, Thor, and... is that a Saracen? Are you kidding me? Okay, it's not the AC-20 Saracen. LBX. The Hussar, which actually makes me very happy because, well, you know, Second Siege of Vienna and all that. But I don't see any wings. Yeah, no wings. All I see is an LBX AC-10, which means this mech would definitely lose in a one-on-one slug out with our Hunchback, which I might get an opportunity to prove. No, okay. Yeah, so that building isn't going to last more than 1 or 2 more rounds tops. So we're not going to have time to get our mechs over there first. So long to the extra pay, but I mean, that's fine. If we really want to try, we can go in with the Hunchback. I might be able to make decent use of...
There goes the paint job.
That's 5. Did we take another hit? No. I thought they shot at... yeah, they shot the military building. Okay. Very well. Oh, man. They dropped a full 2 lances as support. Granted, crappy lances individually, but weight of numbers is worth something. Unless you're the Capellans. For those of you who don't know, and I really recommend it, the text talks about the, not the rifle, Blackjack, right. The blackjack used by the Federated Sons, as described by Tex of the Black Pants Legion. Brilliant work. Much better than my own, I'm sure. He sort of described how the blackjack came to be popular, and that was in a fight
Let's
against
go
the
wild,
Capellans.
folks.
But the Capellans basically took the attitude of, well, we'll just have more. And they sent out a ton of, I think it wasn't locusts, it might have been cicadas, I think it was cicadas, and I don't remember the name of the battle, but they just sent them swarming over and over and over again in huge numbers at the Federated Sons' positions, and the Blackjacks just kept firing. Oh. And numbers did not actually tell. So superior firepower is a quality all its own, but
Duncan
one
Fisher
AC-20
here.
against what, 2 Hussars, Royal Mongoose, and a Hermes. Even if that Hermes isn't particularly threatening, and I haven't even seen this one yet, right? So if I get a little creative, I can get up here, but the shot with the AC-20 frankly sucks, and it'll suck even if I do manage to use the precision strike, which I have available. I'd much rather use the Battle Lord anyway. Sorry for the zoom. New mouse. Making things a little bit difficult. What I could do... Yeah, so we're going to try this. We risk losing the Hunchback by doing this, but I'm counting on the AI being a little bit single-minded. I want to get around here. We've blocked our view from most of the reinforcements. We're not going to take this AC-20 shot, just the medium laser. But next time,
Lighting them up.
we're going to attempt to do to this Hussar the same thing that we did at Lamb earlier. Where we go in, we hit it, we literally kick it if we can, and then pound an AC-20 right into its ass. So, hopefully we can pull that off. It was a sensor lock. I don't know who that came from. One of our guys, I think. I really need to fix this soon. Apologies if that was a tad disorienting. There's the Thor. That's what I was going for. That's not great. It could be worse, don't get me wrong, but it's not where I want it.
Good to go.
And we need to get... Oh, come on. Can't even calculate where the chameleon can go. That's pathetic. Seriously? Yep, calculating. Come on. Where's my 8 steps? There. Well, no, 10 steps. Yeah, so we'll bring him all the way over here.
Aye, aye.
And by next turn, he'll be in a decent spot to start supporting the Hunchback. Maybe one more turn after that, but not long, certainly. And that slapdash, it's really nice to see that pilot back in action. Some of our best piloting skill that we have so far, which, you know, not exactly ideal, but that's what we got. Single medium laser going into the Condor. Nothing to write home about. What are they moving now? Okay, so there's another vehicle in the back. Looks like some LRMs, standard payload. I do want to pick up some LRMs with fast cam, so that the mine laying ammunition. The thing is, though, I tend to find that's most effective if you can lay it down and, you know, using an LRM-20 instead of using... Wow, wish I'd had those before I shot the Hollander. Okay. Basically, you know, lay down 20 mines, 40 mines, 60 mines all at once. Otherwise, it's really, I mean, it helps, but it's no game changer. So, I would want to put maybe LRM-20 on some heavy mech, and then just use them as fire support. So, Hunchback, take another bit of a pounding. This is, you know, it's the risk that I said was there. I do not have a spare AC-20. It looks like that time it went into our legs, and we're just taking a ton of damage all at once. Holy cow. That is truly impressive. Let's see who we have available. I want the Chimera. Oh. We wouldn't get much better over there than coming over here anyway. That binary laser can do some good work this turn, so we're gonna go right here. Let's see, which one of these is more heavily armed? It's an AC-5. Don't like the other M10, so we're gonna go ahead and precise strike the Saracen.
Let's go wild, folks!
And that's why I like binary lasers right there.
Один
more tank
прилег.
down.
Кто следующий?
So we're looking at 5 over on our right, and 3 remaining, no, 4 remaining. Wow. A full drop of 6, that's
Hey there.
impressive, and not in a fun for us type of way. Javelin, I still really don't want to risk it. I mean, the right side's damaged too, so if I come around here on the left, I might be able to get something worthwhile. It would take me 2 turns to close the gap, so we're going to reserve down. We might be able to get something out of it next turn, instead of just saying, okay, well, we can't use this. I have medium lasers and I have small lasers to spare. That's not the issue. And if that means that I can shift more forces over the right faster, then so much the better. But I guess I've switched my reference. We need support over here, big time, and quick. Or I'm going to be losing a mech in order to save these buildings. Which is not exactly the trade-off that I had really wanted. Oh man, just give the tanks less movement speed. I know it's fun, I know it's a gimmick, I know it adds flavor and all that, but quite frankly, I don't think most people play this game to look at all of the tanks, even if they are lore friendly. Oh, that was the land air mech. That's pretty cool. I take back everything I said. That thing's in the air. And wow, look at that evasion. Okay. That's new. Who can move? There's the javelin, we're gonna reserve again. Don't shoot at that, you're not gonna hit it. That turret can shoot at that thing every turn for the rest of the game, and it would not land a scratch on it outside of a major fluke. I'm talking like a 1 or 2% chance to hit. Tops. Okay, I'll start shooting in. I'll take that target over shooting at the building. Remember, we're still trying, if we can, to save all the buildings because we like money. And I feel like that should kind of go without saying, but no, we're mercenaries. We like money. We get more money if we do well, so we're trying to do well. The downside is, if we lose that building... Oh. Are you kidding me? Okay, so that's into a leg. Guaranteed damage into a leg. Okay, a large barrel extended and
There goes
LBX
the paint job.
cannon should not be able to shoot in melee. Okay, they are focusing on the mongoose. Or not the mongoose, on the hunchback. So we've brought the mongoose away, we've brought the hussar over. Time to earn your pay and hope you don't die. Okay, Hermes is piling on. I should not have brought this mech over here. It's getting the job done, but it was a sacrificial job to begin with. If I retreat him, this is the thing, he doesn't move fast enough to be retreated either. And times like these, that's a big problem. It's a very, very big problem. Probably should have shot into that condor. Still have the opportunity. Maybe. We'll have an opportunity on something. I want the Thor offline again, for obvious reasons. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Didn't actually move because you're an idiot. I do so love complimenting my opposition, as you guys can clearly tell. What can I
Duncan
get
Fisher here.
No, I don't like that. Can't punch the mongoose. Don't like that either. What armament are you carrying? You are large. Let's look at our back. We could risk that. We could risk taking internal damage, but there's a reason that I up-armored this thing. And this situation right here, are you kidding me? 30% chance to hit. Size delta. Sensors impaired. Target moved to 8. Well, I guess, yeah. So, that's 4 from the evasion. Get me out of that. So I can't even sprint right now. We are in a bad situation. That's for damn sure. So we're gonna pop the Battle Lord. Brings us up a little bit, and what I'm hoping for is that when we land this kick, we should strip his evasion, which will give us a higher chance to hit with the AC-20. Just won't show it to us until after it
Heading
happens.
that way.
Okay.
Bringing the pain.
Lost evasive. Good. So either it doesn't calculate like that, which I would believe, or we just got unlucky, which I would believe. So that Hussar's still up. All of it is still up. The one thing I can hope for, and I've positioned myself badly for this, but the one thing I can hope for is that I might be able to use that binary laser at long range to really get something done.
Standing by.
So, well, no, that's not until next turn. Okay, how close can I get? Is that a good shot? That's not a good shot. Can I get any good shots here? Yes, but the chance of me hitting the Hunchback is about 10% there, I'd say. But times
Double
like
time,
these,
let's go.
we have to take it. Do everything we can to avoid it, but we have to take that shot.
Let's go wild, folks.
Yep. Okay. Give me something. No. No. You have knocked down his initiative. Means the chameleon should move either before or on par with him. Gives us a chance to make that mech ineffective on our next turn, which we need to do. Otherwise, we will be potentially out of pilot. What I would give to be able to drop 2 million mechs right now. This would be a joke of a mission. So naturally, we do one harder, and we'd be in the same problem. I won't
Ready for orders.
be in the same problem. That's horrible English. We would have the same problem as we do right now. So do I shoot at the Thor? Do I shoot at the Condor? That's the left side somehow. Oh, it's the LRMs, right. What can I get that would potentially take that? No. Not a lot of good options. If I sprint close. Gauss can't fire in close range though. I do not want to add this mech to... You know what? That's acceptable. That's entirely acceptable. You need to die. Please do so. Promptly. To got. Very nice. Very, very nice. Decent shot there too. Take down. Good. So I think that's 3 remaining there. Yeah. We have the artillery. Yeah. We have the one around the back that's been sort of moping
What's up,
back
boss?
there the whole time. So here we go.
On the move. Full speed.
Our right side is open. If he opens up next turn with artillery anywhere near us, we're going to lose that whole side probably. But this is too
Firing
good
on
an
top.
opportunity to take, and we might scatter 20 damage on his front probably. That looks like the front to me anyway. Let's see what we do. Yeah, that was the front. Okay. Not ideal. On the plus side, that light tank back there is moving at 9, which means we get chance. No, that's the mongoose. Damn it. Still, not a lot of damage
There
into our
goes the
back.
paint job.
We can take that. We can take that just fine. What we can't take is that Hussar getting another chance. So,
Что там еще?
okay, so can I get a shot on it? Move instead of a sprint. Yes, I can. It's extreme range though, so we'll probably get better accuracy by coming up. I wouldn't call that better, but it's a chance. So we're gonna sprint. We risk hitting ourselves with the ER medium.
Принял.
Both.
Открывай огонь.
And we did. Yeah, so we splattered 25 damage onto our own mech there. But we took that
Don't you
Hussar
know
down.
who I am?
knocks it back a priority. It also guarantees that the AI on turn 6 will stand him up first, which is perfectly alright by me. Looks like we pounded into the leg a little bit more. That's a little risky, but ultimately acceptable. Of course, their shot went into the CT again instead of hitting any. Oh, okay. Took 6 on there somehow. Somebody should have missed those. Interesting. It's one of the enemy tanks again going at it. Or it could be the Stinger. It was last time. If that thing stays up in the air, it's going to be a pain in the ass to kill. Granted, 4 more turns, that's it. 4 more turns, we auto-evac. I potentially should have just left those guys on the side alone, but I can virtually guarantee you they would have taken down one of the buildings by now. And we're rolling up that left-hand side pretty well. So, you know, I started with 6, we're down to 3. Those are damaged. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, don't you dare. Didn't shoot. I have no idea why, but you won't see me complaining. At least not
Good
about
to
that.
go.
Not right now. So, we need to protect our right-hand side. So let's come in here. That's a perfectly fine spot. Take that artillery
On my
piece
way.
down. 45 in from the kick. Oof, all of that was scattered. All of it. Okay. Is he moving at 8? No, moving at 6. And every time I try and right click on it to get this information. There we go, okay. Okay. There's the other Hussar. Fell down. Well. Okay. One of those two is going to take an AC-20 round to the face, hopefully. He still has his LBX AC-10, but look at that. This guy is alive by 10 points of damage on the other leg. If that leg goes, that's it. Don't know why they're not shooting. Probably just computation problems again, which, I mean, shit, I'll take it. Okay, there's the PPC. Might have lost that. No? Got surprised. Okay, so it's our turn. Got something moving on 7. What is it? Hollander. So if I come over this way, no, I don't want to face quite like that. Decent chance. Can I actually kick him? Yes. No. No, I can only charge him. We're not going to be charging. Not with the Hollander. Need the Gauss rifle online.
Position confirmed.
Deals far more damage than a kick. But admittedly, that was fine. In this case,
Mechs
it was
destroyed.
enough. So, now that that's taken care of, we only need these 2 mechs over on that side. So we can go ahead and make use of all the others, rushing over to the right, which is good. Royal Falcon has a nice spot, though. We do need to take it down, but its armor's pretty light, armament's not great. Okay, so they popped up the already damaged Hussar. I would have rather they didn't. That was a horrible shot. And that's okay. So their next turn... Oh no, he already moved. What's left on 6? That guy in the back. Okay, tell you what.
Huh?
How far out of harm's way can I get you? Can't kick somebody that's down, which is stupid. Well, in my humble opinion, which I offer way too often. That's stupid. Who can I hit? Do I have a good chance of it? I think there's... well... Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yes, Commander.
I'll take the chameleon. I'm gonna put him right here. Ooh, stuttering there a little bit, I hope we don't crash. I don't want all that heat this turn, so we're gonna need it next couple.
Locked on.
That's what I'm doing.
Enemy down.
So we're down from 5 to 4. We're outnumbered 2 to 1, but we are also damaged. So not exactly easy going quite yet. Some nice light missile damage into the Hussar. Kind of wish that I had shot at that one first now. Well, if I could have pulled it out, which is not exactly likely. But a man can hope. So we're going to be doing one of the things that I hadn't wanted to because we're in a little bit of desperate times call for desperate measures. So if I sprint, then I precision, and I want a left face because my left side is still the most healthy. It's a little bit risky on that left torso, but hopefully this will help.
Heading that way.
Longevity here with Hunchback 5N. Precision strike. Shooting right in at him. Decent chance in the AC-20. Oh, we can't pick our target here because he's alright, left torso, left arm, just ripped right off. That mech's dead. Alright. You know what? AC-20 is growing on me a little bit. I guess it has its time and its place, right? I do wish the thing carrying it was a little bit faster. Evasion is life here, that's what it is, and Hunchback can't ever get up to, 6, 7 pips. I mean, each evasion pip is a -2 to hit. We saw the benefit of that a couple turns ago. It's pretty extreme. Oh, probably that. I'm thinking about it again, or the mongoose. Something's thinking. Yep, mongoose. I don't like it coming around behind there. But I do like it shooting that large laser at something I don't own. So I kind of wonder, we might. Well, no. Let's not say it before we get a little bit closer to having it happen. But let's say I'm optimistic about our chances at performing adequately. I want to give them a chance to move before I go.
Жду команды, принял.
Okay, some light missile fire should help us take down that mech this turn if we can. I'm hoping that the Hollander can really put a dent in him, potentially knock him over if I can hit a leg. And then we should have the firepower to take that guy out. On that side, I wish there was a way you could turn down the frequency of vehicles. This is just ridiculous. And even if it is the Stinger Lamb here, it just adds to it. Because some mechs sometimes have high movement. Pretty much most tanks have high movement. So even if you run the risk of having some absurdly mobile mechs, sometimes it's not as bad, right? It's not as bad as having a high risk of a guaranteed or virtually guaranteed
They're
problem.
getting the angle on me.
That's a rear attack. But I'm not bothered by him going that way. It's pulling away from the Hunchback. Which is alright in my book. So we can move with the Javelin. Their Royal Falcon will probably move on this turn.
How's it going?
Can I... This jump is frankly pathetic. I don't want to stay still though. I'll take the 3 move, and then it's gonna be hard. Well, no, I can keep an easy left face here. Ooh, that's being a little persnickety. Sometimes when you're on the edge of 2 very different positions,
Position confirmed.
well, possible facings, you get that sort of weird jumpy behavior. Let's see what we can do.
Let's go wild, folks.
Left arm down.
Inflicted heavy damage.
It's only a medium laser down, but we did also slow him down a little bit because I did use a precision strike there. So now our turrets, our remaining turrets, should have a chance to open up on him. And we actually might be able to with the Hollander before it gets to move, depending on who gets priority in the next round. Which, okay, that will be them. So we don't get that opportunity because the Chimera reserving. Nice medium laser hit. He's the only guy that can't move, which means that he will. Yep. DPC coming down. Good use of that. Sometimes it's nice when the AI plays, even if not well, sufficiently, shall we say. They have a very nice height advantage on us there. I don't like that at all. Here's what we're gonna do. Might not be worth it.
Let's
Ooh,
go
there we
wild,
go.
folks.
Target's taking a critical hit.
So, DPC's down, medium laser's down. I don't think that thing has any guns left. Nope, it doesn't. Nah. That's great. We also stripped his evasion. That pilot should be either panicking or pretty close to it at this point. So everything here is moved. What's left of theirs? Moving on 6. Which is reserved down again. We have the one vehicle, I think. There's moving on 6. That's good damage. Every little bit against them is good damage, so I guess, what am I even talking about there? Let's see. That's fine. Sleipnir APC finally coming out. Play with this a little bit.
Huh?
That looks like a charge to me, which I don't want to do. Yep. What we will do instead, we are going to sprint, and we are going to get right behind them.
Heading that way.
But we are only going to open up with medium laser. We're going to let the AC-20 rest. Get rid of that -2 recoil.
Lighting them all up.
Nice job.
Whip.
But at least by next turn, we should be able to have better accuracy there. And we have no shortage of targets on this side. Still 3 things left to kill. I guess 4 in total, but on that one side, 3.
Commander.
I want a nice, clean line of sight for that blazer.
На связи.
Yeah, for the blazer, binary laser. What gives me better? That's shit. That's also shit. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the
Педаль в
trees,
пол принято.
and we are going to lock down the sensor lock. That stinger now. No. 8 down to 6 is still just. I can't believe it has 8. It's ridiculous.
Даю информацию с моего радара.
Okay.
Orders.
That is slightly better. Oh yeah, I'll happily take that. I want that rear shot. Can we survive it, is the question. Hermes, medium laser and attack. Yeah, we can survive that. We're presenting a bad facing on purpose, but I'm doing it to get a rear shot here. Potentially
On
do
my
a lot
way.
of damage to this Mechs very quickly. 50 to a leg. It's not bad. Rear shot ignores cover. That's the whole purpose. He doesn't get that 20% evasion. And actually, with landing the kick, we've now stripped it. Which is very good for us. Although, yeah, he's moving now. Potentially a little bit short-sighted there. Because he's moving now, I probably should have gone after... bastard. I probably should have gone after the Hermes. The stripped evasion would have lasted longer, which is definitely worth something. But I can ping him again, which is exactly what we're going to do.
Педаль в пол принято.
So, you, sir. I've been sensor locked again. Makes him the best target in the area. I'm probably not going to be able to kill everything just because of the stupidly high evasion that they have on those two. Oh no.
Шеф, меня обходят с фланга.
I'm actually happier about that than I would be if he was going after that building. We've worked hard and we've risked a lot in order to try
Receiving
and
you.
keep that thing alive. So personally be very unhappy if we lost it. That's not good accuracy. That's not good accuracy.
Fire and jump jet.
Not really upsetting. Okay, we won't quite overheat.
That one's gonna leave a mark.
Oh, that is out of junction. That works. Okay, now we actually have 4 things left to kill. I completely forgot to count that mostly damaged mech, which I definitely should have. Slow and methodical wins the mech fight. Wouldn't exactly call it a race, but mech fight at least. Is he gonna land the tag? No, doesn't look like it. So, yeah, keeping that evasion up again. They're doing a good job.
Orders.
They really need to go in with kicks, and we're not getting them. We're gonna move here.
On my way.
We don't have enough to do any sort of precision strike, so
Roger.
no dice. Okay, so
Target missed.
Sleipnir might survive this. Probably shouldn't have jumped up there because I don't have the jump jets to really jump down in any efficient way, so I'll have to do that, then spend another turn, which means, of course, I won't have the time, right? We only have 1 full round after this. So everything we move this turn only gets 1 additional shot. Okay, those LRMs are actually doing some work. Let's go ahead and let our last 2 turrets do their thing. Well, turrets for APCs don't much care. Shooting with the stinger land. Okay, alright. So why you get LRMs. I wonder if that thing counts as, activating landmines or not. I don't think it was within the capabilities of the base game to move past something. Well, no. They could just be tooling it as a perpetual jump, I guess.
Huh?
What happens if we do this? Nope, that's pathetic. What happens if we do that? Nope, that's pathetic. This thing does not move quickly enough. That is its entire problem. So, I don't even want to do that.
Receiving you.
Can I get away with this? Yeah, I probably can.
On the
Let's give that a
move.
shot. I don't know why it's doing that grinding sound again, but...
Let's go wild, folks.
Nope. Not enough to kill it. Nowhere near. Did slow it down, though. It's at least something.
Huh?
Was that a rear shot? That's pathetic. We need
Heading that way.
better pilots. And more sensor locks, to be honest. So we're gonna save the
Lighting 'em up.
DC-20 shell one more time because I want to see if they give me a good shot in the next turn. So now we do have
Что
something
там
else,
еще?
right? Because that apologies, that mongoose still hasn't moved. Nor will it as soon as I take this precision strike on it. It's basically giving up killing the other
Медаль
two,
в пол
but
принято.
I think that's a realistic giving up at this point.
Let's go wild, folks.
And look at that. More than 70% chance to hit both of those.
Шеф, у меня что-то с
We
системой
land
наведения.
there. That was truly the opposite of impressive. This is why, every time you feel great about landing that 15% hit, well, there's going to be a time where you land the 15% miss, too. It's just kind of inevitable. And that mongoose will have a chance to move before the chameleon, so we're probably not even going to kill it. At this point, we may as well just reserve down everything, not waste the time. Just let them go, let our guys shoot, and take the evac. Unless we wanted to see that AC-20 fire one more time, which, I'll be honest, I kind of do. And that would be pretty satisfying. In terms of repairs, we only have, more than nominal repairs on the Javelin that's got its internals opened up. But It's really not that bad. That'll be a day or two in the shop. We probably are going to have to move planets after this next one. We're a couple planets away from where we were last episode, just because... what are you doing? We are a couple planets away, just because I did about 3 or 4 missions between now and then. Something like that. Yeah, we're just going to reserve down. We'll fire the AC-20, but nothing else. I don't really see much point. And if that Hermes moves too far, we won't even fire that. A little bit of anticlimax there to... Ooh, does make me a shot. Okay, alright. Alright, we'll do our best to knock that mech out of here. May as well. Okay. I guess they didn't have any targets, maybe? This'll be the mongoose. Yep. That's the mongoose. I wonder if I can kick the stinger lamb. That's worth finding out. Oof. Okay. Alright. That's why I wanted to kill that thing. Now that one turn where they all sort of ran to get max evasion but didn't actually shoot at us, that's probably what kept that hunchback alive there. Because if we had taken another 40 to 80 damage scattered even. Did you kill one of my... No, okay. I thought they killed one of my mechs there for a second. I would have been very unhappy. I think they, one of their tank pilots became incapacitated. Okay, let's go ahead and reserve again. Let our allies finish up their nonsense. Probably shouldn't call it that. They did take out one tank for us this turn, damaged a couple other things. When they shoot all their guns, it works. They just don't shoot all their guns very often. That's not going to do much. Yeah, no. I don't know why you didn't take the close target without Asian pips, but okay. Let's go for the last round of shooting. Just sorry for the tabs.
Standing by.
I have a new keyboard and a new mouse because the clicks are finally getting to me.
Confirmed.
No chance to kill him there, but hey, we shot him, right? So that works. To assuage my ego, anyway. Can we land a kick here? We can. And we can land it well. We can go... Ooh, do I want to pilot into his back? I really do. Did we lose a medium laser? Hold on. Did we take internal damage that I didn't realize? No? Is the armor critical, maybe? Interesting.
Huh?
Well, I might have to repair that medium as well. Why can't I kick him? Relative position. See how it is? Okay. So we won't be able to fire that into his back, but we're going to Battle Lord. Then we'll go in for it. We're going to take the position that gives us potentially nice shooting. Because if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right.
Heading that way.
There's the melee attack.
Bring in the pain.
It's a 20 shell. Oh, ripped right through that right leg. Probably did a fair bit of torso damage too. Which is very satisfying. Oh. Okay. Alright. Tell you what, Hunchback, we're gonna keep you around if for no other reason than just sheer entertainment value.
Waiting for the shot.
No.
Commander.
Okay, so we can't punch him. But we can shoot at him. Once again, just for kicks and giggles.
Firing on rear arc.
Nothing. Alright.
Damn it.
If I could trade 3 30% for 1 90%, I would every single time.
Waiting for orders.
But it doesn't work like that. Yeah, that jump is kind of pathetic. We're gonna come down around here.
Firm.
Brace. That's the mission. Thank you guys for hanging around.
Mission successful.